So my name is Emmett, with Patricia and Ashley. We created a website. Thank you. All right.
Is this
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. We created a website that provides an educational tool for students when they're studying. I suppose, let's see what we got here. All right. So we're going right into it. I think a lot of the motivation for our project came from basically, I mean, I think students may not always know like what they need to study or like what exact like topics they need to focus on like before, say, a big exam or a next section in their course. So what we've done is sort of created a website where students are presented with a quiz, and whether they get questions right or wrong, they are presented with further educational material that can help them get to an appropriate level of knowledge for whatever they're going to next. Is that cool? Is this CSS? Sure. Go over to CSS.
I think we can keep
Yeah.
That's our summary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Cool. So yeah, like I said, it's tailored to basically each student by, when they get questions right or wrong. So that's pretty cool. And also like can cut down on the time that they need to study, which is pretty important, I think. Like, I don't know, just because when they get something right, they can move on to the things that they really need to study. Yeah. Cool. Sure.
Okay, so the result was that we created our quiz app, right? And it has different subjects that you can click on. So we'll take a look at the demo in just a minute. We split our responsibilities for the team based on who's most interested in what section. So Patricia worked a lot on the login and authentication, database persistence. I did a lot of the JavaScript, and Emmett did work on the CSS and HTML. We used Bootstrap and Animate and JavaScript, Firebase to deploy the website for the data storage and so on. Okay. And our challenges, one of our main challenges right in the beginning was getting to use the Wikipedia API because it requires that you deploy first. So kind of figuring that flow out was pretty tricky. Setting up the user login also created some challenges for our group. Future improvements that we'd like to see is that the questions come from a large external bank, so another API call. At this point, they are coded into the quizzes. The second improvement would be adding machine learning to update the questions based on what you got right or wrong previously. Right now, the questions do shuffle, so every time you retake the quiz, they're presented differently, but we would like to see more dynamic use there. We were looking at the Twitter API so that users can tweet when they get something 100% right. Like, look at how good I'm doing on all my studying, right? And then the last improvement would be using text to speak so that our website is more accessible for everyone. So, this is the demo portion. Escape that. So our app is designed for like middle school, so it's like a little bit more simple, kind of fun design. You can log in here on the side, and then when you're ready to take your quiz, you click on your quiz questions, and it will tell you if you got it right or wrong. That didn't work the way I expected it to. Oh no. Do you want to demo?
Should there be an
Here.
Why don't y'all get something working on here, and I'll demo the login.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So right now we have it set up so that anybody can take a quiz without logging in. But if you want to log in or sign up and create an account to have all your quiz answers, past quizzes taken, saved, so you can go back and look at them, you can do that. So I can demo that portion. The scroll is opposite on this computer than it is on mine. Which one's backwards? We'll never know. Okay, so.
Probably mine.
It's definitely mine. People complain about that a lot when they work on my computer. Can you see this? Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to try to create an account. And I'm going to pick a really terrible password like, hi. Don't use that as your password. The rainbow table will find that very quickly. So, I'm going to sign up. Oh no! My password needs to be at least 6 characters. Let's try that again. I'm logged in now. Yay! And so the idea is that eventually we would, on this account pop-up here, you could see all your scores for the quizzes you've taken. I did not get to that because I had to learn an ORM this week at work. You guys ready? Do you want me to stall more? I can filibuster this. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. So we're gonna try again with the quiz. So let's get a right answer because that's more fun when you get the answer right. And you get a Giphy that says I'm awesome and winning at life, right? So when you get, every time you get a new answer correct, submit that again, you get a different gift, right? So you keep getting these kind of fun pop-ups that are like, yeah, you're doing awesome, okay? When you get an answer wrong, let's say that, and it's going to pop up with information from Wikipedia about what the right answer should have been. So I would have liked to do a little more styling on this Wikipedia pull-in. But Wikipedia pages are very, very, very large and full of information. So sometimes it's kind of hard to filter down through the API exactly what information you would have necessarily wanted. So as you progress through the quiz, you also fill out your progress bar on the top. So when you get to the end, you get to 100% there. So, any questions?
Going once.
I'll just say something more about the assistive, sorry.
Go for it.
But just like the text-to-speech thing, I think that with a website like this that provides educational resources, it can provide things that students can't get like in the classroom. So when they need to study about freedom of religion or whatever.
That's intense.
They can hear it from their computer, and they can, which some students may need, so it can help them out. So I think this has a lot of potential, sort of providing the assistive kind of technology to students that may not be available elsewhere. So that's it.
All right, questions? Cool, clap for that.